Hi, good morning, everyone. Myself, Joel Bailey and Finud Mamchan, reporting live from the Caldrock Sports Club in Point Lisas. Hibiscus facing the DC Women's Touring Team. DC batting first. Forward defensive shot played. Batter has been sent back to the crease. First over has been completed here at the Caldrock Sports Club ground.
That's all. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the second over will be bowled from the southern end. The DC touring team are here in Trinidad for a couple of weeks. We'll be playing various parts of Trinidad and Tobago. Both the girls and the boys team are here. We welcome them to Trinidad and Tobago. Hope they enjoy their stay in the Twin Island Republic, especially during this Easter period. Just a reminder that this is a 30 over per side affair.
Yeah.
Delivery from over the wicket and has been called a wide.
Hello.
So lovely weather here at the Central Trinidad. We could say, some people will say South Central, but still Central Trinidad. Delivery from over the wicket now and flick down the leg side. Waiting for the umpire to signal that whether it be leg by or the signal.
Oh, I have to go from the laptop. I have to go from the laptop. For the laptop to be here. I have to go from the laptop to be here.
Appeal for a leg before, knockout says the umpire. Struck the batter high up. And it's from our vantage point here, from the commentary box, commentary booth. Appealed for a leg before again, but seemed that the ball struck the bat first before was on the edge onto the pad. Five-4 field being employed here by Hibiscus. Full toss driven onto the onside. Will be a quick single. Just a correction, it's a 40 over per side affair. DC Hub U19 girls against Hibiscus. This one has been Play down to short fine leg. 1 run taken. Score should be 3 without loss. It's from my check. Really a lovely atmosphere here at the Cardrack Sports Club. One play down to another midfield to cover. That will be a single taken. Really a nice community ground here. A lot of residents can sit in their porch and actually watch the action. That's the end of the second over. Before without loss. So the DC Hub under 19 girls team, they'll be in Trinidad for just over a week. Here at the Cardrack Sports Club ground in Macaulay Park, California. Third over being bowled from the northern end. For toss that have been driven to extra cover, and there'll be no run. A little bit of breeze here at the ground. To cool things down. Play and a miss by the batter. Outside the off stump. So both bowlers using 5-4 fields. A short third man, point, extra cover, cover point mid on, mid off, mid wicket, deep square leg and short fine leg. This will be a single played to the left of mid wicket.
So let me say a very good morning to Joel Bailey. This delivery pushed away, and there is no run. So DC Hub will be hoping for a better showing today. Joel, yesterday they were not so fortunate. They went down to a heavy defeat at the hands of Cardrack's Achievers Women, led by Chanel Sow. You would know Chanel Sow.
Yes, a member of the Victoria Trinidad Tobago women team, who featured recently in the West Indies 50 over championship in St. Kitts. She was also a member of the national under 19 team for a few years. The full toss has been pushed to the right of mid wicket. Feel that deep square leg has to move to the left to get it, and batters run 2.
Yep, so Hibiscus, one of the household names in women's cricket in Trinidad and Tobago.
End of the third over.
So it's, yep, At the end of it, it's what, 6 without loss.
Actually stand corrected.
Right.
Aisha Kalapati also on 4. Score goes up to 11 without loss.
Sun
One.
keeps a bit low, and yesterday we were having problems here with the deliveries keeping low.
Maybe variable bounce. See, there is some serious wear and tear. Both creases. May the spinners later on. But muted appeal for a run out, but the batters got in safely. So that ends the 4th over. DC Hub under 19 girls
10 without loss, in fact. So good morning, Joel, again, and I'm sure that you're enjoying being in central Trinidad, being a man from the east. They say wise men come from the east.
Indeed, but I must say this is my first time at this venue. Really nice venue here. See 3 fields behind on the northern end. You see a couple of football goal posts. So you could usually tell football is normally played there. And to the right of us, there is an a vacant field.
Well, that's a cricket field as well. There's a hitting range if you want to practice your hitting. You go there and you can just hit the ball. So then the rain comes there a lot. So the action continues here. Pushed away long to point, backward point that is, and they're going to get a single. So the Hub have started well, 11 without loss.
Okay, 13 without loss. Little slight delay in his score here, but it's 13 without loss. Aisha Galapati, she's on 6, and Ahana Ketka on 4.
Well, let's see what Espinoza brings to the table. It's a good delivery. We're pushed away, and that's the batter on that occasion. The Galapati coming forward nicely there, Joel.
Yes, on the front foot, meeting the delivery full flow. Bowler Delianis Espinoza. She fitted for Trinidad and Tobago on the 19 in the 2024 West Indies Championships, which was held in Trinidad and Tobago.
Batter onto pad. There was an appeal though, but you can see that one from Espinoza came back into Galapati. She was looking to drive through the offside. That one came back.
I understand that Espinoza is Venezuelan, either have Venezuelan parentage or she was born in Venezuela. A full toss that struck the batter on the full, but they will scamper for a leg by. Carry score up to 14 without loss. So just quickly give you the DC Hub team: Hannah Ketka, Aisha Galapati, Alicia Fernando, skipper Anna Gumgol, Eleanor Cooper, Joanna Chen, Jordan Hickle Walker, Niti Chuka, Nishka Rameneni, Shnahita Churukumali, Marina Acholunu, and Zara Melsop.
Well, you did well there, Joel, with those difficult names.
Took my time, especially with Rameneni and Churukumali.
So a lot of Venezuelans in Trinidad, so Espinoza might be an inspiration to those Venezuelans who are here to play the game of cricket. It's a good delivery, right up, played away on the onside. 12 without loss here. In fact, I think it's what, 13, Bailey?
14.
14 without loss.
Espinosa has been stopped in her tracks. Apparently, one of the bails fell from the non-striker's end. Score is actually 15 without loss.
It's another hot day here in central Trinidad. It was blazing hot here yesterday. Looking for a quick single, and they're going to get it.
Espinosa was first to reach it, but the batters reached their ground safely. That's the end of the 5th over, and 16 without loss. DC Hub.
It's 20 without loss after 6. As Joel said, we will take a short break. We'll be right back. Espinosa will continue from the far end. That's the northern end of the ground. Pushed away, looking for a run out. Well, they missed a golden opportunity there. Could have been a double play there, Bailey.
Fielder coming in from point.
Look at this.
She
Should have
went,
been gone, I think.
she went at the stumps. Perhaps in her book that might have been the better option. Open
But
for
the keeper
debate.
was there. I couldn't understand. Although a direct hit would have taken a millisecond out of the whole thing.
One went down the leg side. Kalapati turned back to her crease.
Let's have a look at that again.
She played. And Kalapati made her ground, but Ketka came halfway down the wicket and was sent back. Fortunately, the throw went to the striker's end. All's well that ends well. Slight change in the field here.
Looking for that quick single again. It's appeal for run out, not out, says the umpire.
Cover which was at the edge of the 30-yard circle has been brought up. So both batters now will have to try to hit over the infield. Wouldn't have the luxury of just pushing to cover and getting a single. This will obviously play in the minds of both batters, Ketka and Galapati.
Espinosa. Beaten outside the off stump. That one swinging away. That's an excellent delivery there, Joel Bailey.
Yes, and batter now.
You can see from the replay. Galapati, that one starting on off stump. She was looking to play across the line, which is the wrong thing to do there. And it just swung away from her. Good delivery. Squeezed the way down behind square to take one.
This time Galapati must be accused of ball watching. Took a while to commit to the single. Ketka was already making her way down the middle. One of the
Single.
not picking it up on the video, thankfully, but there is, I guess, appearance by a white and black dog. Someone will have to shoot the dog away.
Is that your dog, Joel?
No.
You
Even though
brought from Arima?
I had a dog like that named Zion.
Zion, the lion.
Yeah, he died June 2022.
Unfortunately. Have you gotten a replacement since?
Well, at this point, I only have two dogs, Brown Boy and Stumpy.
Brown Boy and Stumpy. I guess Brown Boy is a brown dog.
Yeah, white and brown. I've had both dogs for at least 5 years now. So the dog has made his way back off the field. May have to go and take a look at the action from behind a tree at the northwestern end of the ground. In the meantime, Ramtahal will continue from the southern end, bowling at Galapati.
Ramtahal, very good player for Trinidad and Tobago.
Full toss that has been dug out. Short cover need to be a run out.
So that's the first wicket. Terrible mix-up out there, and it leads to the first wicket, Joel Bailey. Have a look at that again. Ramtahal, nice strides. Getting up to the crease. Nice powerful run up there.
Galapati played a forward defensive shot. She committed to the run. And
Well, what really happened? Galapati played, was coming down. They agreed it was a single. And her partner just turned around on her.
so Galapati,
Opening partnership of 21 ends.
Galapati goes for 10. Score 23 for 1.
23 for 1 at the moment, and a sad end to a good opening stand.
See Fernando making her way to the middle. That's Alicia Fernando. Did comment few moments ago that there was just a few mix-ups in terms of the calling between both Galapati and Ketka. So Galapati had to make her way back to the pavilion, faced 21 balls for her 10. The run out was effected by Shanela Mohammed.
What's a good delivery. Pace on that from Ramtahal.
Fernando came onto the front foot but was well beaten by that one, which was well pitched up by Ramtahal.
Again, looking for that Yorker. The new batter just pushing it away on the offside.
Watching Fernando's body movements, looks like she has been set with instructions to keep the scoreboard
bowl
moving.
all over the shop. That one came back, Joel. Normally, Ramtahal was taking it away from her, but that one, look at this, sneaked back in. Excellent delivery. She did herself no favor by staying on the back foot as well.
Well, the first couple of deliveries she faced, she came onto the front foot, but this one she was very indecisive and played back. And Fernando goes for a third ball duck. Score is 23 for 2. And there is the Hibiscus team taking a brief water break.
And we should take a water break as well. We'll be right back. So after a short break for some refreshments, the players are back out. And DC Hub 23 for 2 at the moment. This is over number 8. Here's Ramtahal. Struck on the pad, first ball. Not out, says the umpire.
The new batter is Urena Acholono.
Let's have a look at that. Now we're not right behind. But that looked pretty close there, Joel.
Unless in the umpire's view it was going down leg, but Acholono was struck on the full.
Beaten. This time it goes the other way. So it's always difficult when you're facing a bowler like Ramtahal who can move the ball both ways. Look at this. She was able to get a wicket with a big in swinger early on in the over. And this is now the out swinger. She has been very good here, Ramtahal. You will agree, Joel?
Yes, I am. No run was scored off the over. 2 wickets fell. 1 to Ramtahal. That was the second wicket. That was of Alicia Fernando, who was bowled for a 3rd ball duck. The first ball of the over was a run out of Aisha Galapati. So the DC Hub U19 girls, they are in some trouble. 23 for 2.
Yeah.
Espinoza will be continuing from the northern end. So a lot of emphasis will be placed on this pair, especially Hannah Ketka, the opening batter.
Espinoza, good delivery.
So the Hibiscus team now have no fielder outside the 30-yard circle. Trying to get as much wickets as they can. The new ball.
Oh, this one keeps low. That could have created some problems there. Have a look at that.
Ketka was rooted to her crease. She was lucky that edge wasn't found.
Ketka has been laden-footed, so to speak. And with these bowlers swinging the ball here, it's always going to create some problems for her. She has to be nimble-footed if you are going to get it the line, if you're going to push out for deliveries that are pitch up and swinging. This time she closes the face on it. There's a misfield there at short mid-wicket.
That single pushes Ketka up to 7. Score goes up to 24 without loss. As I mentioned just a while ago, there are no fielder outside of the 30-yard circle. It's a wide slip, point, cover, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, square leg and a short fine leg. Acholono pushes one to point. She's yet to get off the mark. Just watching her stance, she's very bottom-handed.
Oh, that was a Yorker line delivery. Excellent delivery there by Espinoza. The length of both players have been excellent so far.
As the
Exemplary. Look at that.
Acholono.
Finding it difficult to score here, Joel.
Yeah, as I said, Acholono is very bottom-handed, so she seems to be more keen to play off the back foot. As the over ends, 9th over has been concluded. DH under 19 girls DC Hub under-19 girls 24 for 2. Ramtahal has bowled 4 overs, 1 maiden, 1 wicket for 10 runs. Dedianis Espinosa 3 overs, no maidens, none for 8. There will be a change from the southern end.
Okay, for the quick single or on a fumble. Put under pressure there. I just couldn't respond in time.
That was Espinosa running in from mid-off. Katka was keen on his single. Acholonu was a bit guilty of ball watching, but she was able to make it to her crease safely. Kiera Superville is a new bowler from the southern end. Acholonu pushes up to extra cover.
Off the leg side, signal wide.
Acholona went after it but realized that it was well along the leg side. Really lovely weather here at Macaulay Park. Good weather for a lovely game of cricket.
Good delivery, good line again. And the stain on the back foot, that's dangerous, Billy.
Yes, as I mentioned just now, Acholono, not only a bottom-handed player, but she seems to have a liking for playing off the back foot. She just try to vary it a bit, not let the bowler settle on a line and length, especially Superville, who is new in the attack.
Oh, shit. Hit a spot immediately. Oh, that's the commentator's curse, isn't it? No ball.
Yes, it's a beamer actually.
Just as I was about to say, she was hitting a nice spot. Immediately coming in for her first over, this happens. Look at that.
It slipped out of her hand.
It's a nice forehand overhead shot in tennis, Joel Bailey.
Something that will please the tennis aficionados.
Yes. Are you a big tennis man, Joel?
Not as much as I used to. Really was a fan of the Federer-Nadal rivalry.
And the Williams sisters, you're a big fan, weren't you?
No, I was not. My favorite woman player actually
But
is
why,
Martina
Joel?
Hingis.
Why?
I always found Hingis was graceful. I mean, I could say now the nowadays generation will appreciate the power game, but I grew up on tennis when tennis was graceful, when you had Steffi Graf and Monica Seles. I'm giving off my age there, but
Yep.
I grew up in that era in the 90s. Now the nowadays women players, I guess.
So you
because
are
of the-
Ivan Lendl fan or Boris Becker?
No, that was a bit. I was in primary school when they were
Mhm.
dominating tennis. I grew up on the Sampras and Agassi rivalry, and then the Federer-Nadal.
So at the moment, the rivalry here is DC Hub against Hibiscus, and it's Kiara Superville. Here she is. Good delivery again. Well pitched up.
Was another full toss, but this one it was not as high as the one which was ruled a no ball.
It's the end of that over.
Yes, NLB 10 to over, 29 for 2. Just a brief drinks break by the batters and myself as well too, as Espinosa will be continuing
So
from the northern end.
3 overs, none for 8. Excellent.
That's the end of
Ball
Ketka.
playing across the line, and Joel Bailey. That's the 3rd wicket.
And was well pitched up. Ketka played all over that one.
Tipped, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Perhaps move a bit too late. And had her stumps shattered by Espinosa. Ketka goes for 9 of 29 balls. Further trouble for DC Hub. On the 19 girls, they are now 29 for 3. So the top order has been dismantled here. Espinosa and Ramtahar getting a wicket each. First wicket of Galapati was via the run out route. Get the name of the new batter shortly. It will be Jordan Hinkle Walker.
The vice captain of the DC Hub setup, Walker. Opening bowler as well. Swan pops. And there's a chance to run out. She's gone, is she? No, she's back. A lot of action there, Bailey. Let's have a look at that again.
Stop start by the batters.
Well, a misfield could have led to a wicket. Look at that. She just had time to reach back.
Don't think the run was on there. Ball was too close to the field, like, even though there was a misfield. Both batters would have already been taking a risk. Might not have been a risk worth taking, especially seeing that the score is 29 for 3. And the top order has been, top order batters are all back in the pavilion. I think this opportunity, the batters should be looking to rebuild the innings.
It's a good line. Good line. Espinosa has been very disciplined this morning.
She had gotten onto the act early. Really force the batters to be playing more often than not.
Down the leg side. Should be signaled wide. They take a single as well. Leg byes. Just one. 13 out for 3. Very strong wind is blowing at the moment. Then down the leg side. Espinosa just probably tiring a bit. You think, Joel? It's very hot out there.
Yes, I was singing her praises a few seconds ago, commenting of how she was forcing the batters to play more often than not. The last 2 deliveries have been down the leg side. One was a leg by, and the last one wide.
Shock on the pad, loud appeal going down the leg side. We'll have a look and Joel Bailey give his judgment on that.
From first view, it looked like she was struck a bit high to the pads, and yes, watching her front foot, didn't move much, but it looked like the ball was missing leg stump.
Beaten again. So Espinosa's fifth over has come to an end, I think it is. And at the end of it, it's 30 for 3.
The one.
31.
Superville will be continuing from the southern end. First over went for 5. For draw that bowls, Hinkle Walker all ends up.
Hinkle Walker not staying long at all. Bowled comprehensively there by Kiara.
And just a play on her name, she has to make the slow walk back to the pavilion.
Yep, she's very disappointed. But again, they are staying back too much. Look at this again, Bailey. No movement of the feet. Just standing there.
Clearly she was rooted at the crease.
I think this is Cooper, if I'm not mistaken. For 31 for 4.
It is indeed Eleanor Cooper. Hinkle Walker feared the trouble scorers. Just faced 4 deliveries. $31 for 4. Not the type of score that the DC Hub under 19 girls would like to see. Ready calls for some repair work by the middle order.
Yep. Cooper with a very high back lift. She has to be careful here. She needs to be pushing on the front foot. And on slow tracks like this, you try to get forward as much as you can. And you also try to play as late as you can so you don't pop the ball, you don't hit it in the air because it's not coming on. Again, you see Cooper just standing there and pushing her bat.
Because an inside edge which trickled to mid-wicket. Really a contrasting batting styles here. Cooper with a high back lift and Acholonu with a crouch. Should be crouching right through.
Shiv Chandapur when he started.
Yeah, really crouching there. Another high full toss.
No ball signal. Free hit coming up.
Second over in succession that Superville bowled a waist high full toss. First one was to Acholonu, this one to Cooper. Espinosa off in her rag to maybe try her hands, but particularly her right hand. Have been a quartet of right hand pace bowlers used so far by Hibiscus to varying effect. Free delivery that Cooper pushes to Gully.
But he's just a 14-year-old, Joel Bailey.
Would be a test for her facing foreign opposition. Foreign in terms of visitors. Hopefully she learns from this experience. You can say she's learning on the job. Another full toss, but keeper kissed two unable to gather. No signal by the umpire, so apparently there was some bat on it by Cooper, who gets off the mark with that single. So both Cooper and Acholonu on 1. Score goes up to 32 for 4.
That's a good delivery. Pitch right up. She asks a question, not outsees the umpire. Let's have a look at that.
Acholonu again was her feet were planted at the crease. Survived another leg before call as the 12th over ends 33 for 4. Irena Acholonu on 1 and Eleanor Cooper also on 1.
Change of bowling at the northern end. Another piecer.
Seems that the captain taking out the ball.
Standing nicely there, tall and was pushing Cooper.
After stand corrected, Kisto is not the keeper. Actually, Kisto has the ball in hand. Left arm seam.
Good judgment there shown by Cooper.
Allowing that delivery to go through to the keeper. Didn't see the need to play at it. Very high back lift she's employing here.
Beaten. That one goes with the angle into the gloves of the wicketkeeper. If she can get it to straighten, she could cause some problems here.
Well, yeah, this one, you can safely say that Cooper was beaten. Did go after it. The delivery sadly didn't need a second opinion, was well wide outside the off stump and was called a wide by the umpire. A single pushes that wide, pushes the score up to 34 for 4. DC Hub U19 girls.
Ken Cooper just standing there and pushing out. She has to be careful. If he saw a little more pace, he could have been in problems there.
At this rate, projected score 108. I think the DC Hub will be looking for far more than that.
Good delivery, beaten.
Run rate is only 2.7. 4 batters already back into the pavilion.
Bowled all over the sharp. Brilliant delivery. I spoke about this earlier in the over, Bailey. And I was asking if she can get one to straighten. And that is what happened there. Look at this.
was angled at the off stump.
Yep.
Cooper played, missed and was bowled. She goes back for 1. Half the side down DC Hub U19 girls. Score is 34 for 5. Doesn't make pretty reading at the moment, but according to the saying, cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties. Shnahita Churukumali, number 7 batter for DC Hub U19 girls. And they could really say now that this pair will have to be the pair who should start the turnaround for DC Hub if they have to, if they are to pose a total that will challenge Hibiscus. So far, just skimming through the scorecard, Aisha Galapati run out for 10 by Shanela Mohammed. Hannah Ketka was bowled by Delianis Espinoza for 9. Alicia Fernando was bowled by Amrita Ramtahal for North. Jordan Hinkle Walker was bowled by Kiera Superville for North. And lastly, Eleanor Cooper was bowled by Shania Kisto for 1. All 4 bowlers have got now wicket apiece. Shania Kisto 1 for 14. Amrita Ramtahal 1 for, sorry, my apologies, Shania Kisto 1 for 6. Amrita Ramtahal 1 for 10. Delianis Espinoza 1 for 9 and Kiara Superville 1 for 7. So pace have been doing the trick here for Hibiscus players.
It has been an excellent performance by the Hibiscus girls. They're blooming, Joel Bailey.
Especially this time of the year. The DC team coming from the United States, it's springtime there. Here in the Caribbean is dry season, so whichever climate you're looking at, the time that the flowers are blooming. In this case, Hibiscus more in the ascendancy. Hibiscus players took the opportunity just now to have some replenishing. Just a couple of players taking the opportunity to have some drinks. Now you see the new batter, Churukumali, running back to the pavilion. Apparently she may have wanted a no. Seen a change here, like apparently Churukumali was not set to bat. See a new batter coming out to the crease. That is Nidhi Chuka.
Chuka is opening bowler. Opening fast bowler. It's Chuka.
So apparently I guess that might have been the problem there. A mix up with the DC Hub in terms of who was to come out to bat. He had number 7.
Kisto is asking a question though. How could that happen? She's alright to ask the question.
Yes, she is. Because Churukumali made her way to the middle. And not to say she was halfway onto the field and turned back. She made her way to the crease.
Well, your friend Acholono is still there. She's leading a lone battle, isn't she?
Yes, but she's only had 1 run to her total so far.
Shot on the pad, looks good, and she's gone. Playing on the back foot, it looked good to the naked eye, and the umpire confirms it.
Goes from bad to worse.
Yep.
Acholono, as I mentioned repeatedly, had a liking for playing on the back foot. And that one was well pitched up. She goes back to the pavilion.
6 down, or is it?
6 wickets down. The new
You
bowler
might be having an early lunch, Joel.
or maybe an early close of play. or the conclusion, I should say, Chanela Mohammed, the new bowler, the fifth bowler being employed here by skipper Kisco. And her first delivery, she had Urena Acholono, leg before for 1, faced 13 deliveries. .34 for 6.
See just to the background, a guy has ridden away with your motorcycle, Joel Bailey.
Never ridden one in my life, and I want this to be on record.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in the other half of if I'm in the furthest part of Trinidad, and I have to get home at 2 a.m., I have a choice: ride a motorcycle or use a skateboard. I'll use a skateboard.
You'll be on the skateboard.
Yeah.
You'll reach probably in a week time.
That's no problem. That tells you my passion for motorcycle.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, I have no problem with people riding it, but that's not for Joel Bailey.
That it emanates.
It's not the noise. It's just that some of them weave through traffic, and sometimes as a driver, sometimes you only know when the motorcyclist is on the road is when they are past you.
Yes, Mohammed. Whoa, beautiful delivery. Beautiful.
First time I'm seeing a left-handed batter for the DC Hub. That is Anna Gumgol. So it will be a little test for the Hibiscus bowlers switching their lines and lengths. But with the score on 34 for 6.
Gumgol tries up his sleeve, but pass short mid-off. And she's off and running. Gumgol did stay in the crease a bit yesterday in the effort of, I believe it was 60 odd all out. They lost by 104 runs yesterday. To Achievers Women's, Carl Jack's Achievers Women's, the home team here.
The score at this rate, DC could only reach 100, and the score, they're going at a rate of 2.5 if they had to complete their full allotment of 40 overs.
Full toss driving into the covers. What I've noticed about the DC girls though, they get very excited when they put bat to ball and they just run out of their crease. And that's inexperience. It will come with playing more and more cricket.
And getting to know their batting partners better, especially when to call, and who should be making the call, more or less the non-striker should be making the call.
That's a nice shot. That's a good shot, a pleasant shot through the offside there by Chukha. She wasn't choking there, really.
No, however, they didn't chance their arm for the second run. Decided to play it safe. I think this will already be a time for consolidating for the DC team. I mean, now they are down to the tail, or the lower half of their batting, I should say. So
I still feel that Kisto is too close up there at cover. Driving, it's gone well, so she can't stop the ball because she's there too close. Attempt at a run out.
if she had to stop that delivery, she would have had to dive full stretch, fully forward, I should say.
End of the over, 34 for 6. And you seem to be enjoying yourself in Central, Joel.
Yeah, just a correction, 37 for 6. And should say, yes, it's really nice being in this part of Trinidad.
Blue skies. So first time you've been here after
Yeah,
being a journalist for the last 20 years.
26 years.
26 years.
Started off in September 7th, 1998.
At Daily News Limited.
Yeah.
Under the stewardship of the now deceased George Harvey.
Yeah, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah, great man if ever there was one. Learned a lot from him. I think Nigel Simon learned a lot from him as well. He didn't know what not to do.
I remain silent on that one.
You allow that outside the off stump, Bailey?
Yeah,
to go into the keeper's glove?
Yeah, straight through to the keeper.
So we continue here, just having some fun with my good friend Joel.
Yeah. Another left arm bowler from the northern end.
Edge down to third man. Knocked down at short third man.
Jillian Sadafal.
So Kisco has decided that it's 6 wickets down. She wants to give other players an opportunity to have a bowl as well, because she got a wicket in the last over. She came out of the attack.
And another left arm pace bowler.
Good delivery. Yorker leg.
Force the batter to dig out that one before losing her wicket. Well, I should rephrase that. If she didn't dig out that one, she will have lost her wicket. This one bounced twice before going to the batter and has been signaled a no ball by the umpire, and they are going to for 2 byes, so this will be 3 no balls, and will be a the umpire did not signal a free hit.
Seems to be very confused. The umpire signal no ball and buys in one.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen that?
may have seen it but can't recall offhand.
I've seen it just now.
No comment.
Struck on the pad, going down the leg side.
Tempted flick to the onside. Really a period of consolidating here for the DC Hub U19 girls. Score 41 for 6 in the 15th over. Play and a miss.
Well, that one held its line. It's the angle going across the left-hander. Let's see what will happen here now. Batting very deep in her crease. Beaten again.
Mr. Run up there, Sadafal has to go back to her starting mark.
That's good. That one came back in. The angle over the wicket. And that's the end of another over there, Joel Bailey. 6 down.
Yes, 6 for 41 after 15 overs. Just have to remind the viewers that this is a 40 over per side affair. The unfortunate thing is that more than half of the DC United as MLS excuse me, more than half of the DC Hub U19 girls team are back in the pavilion. Must apologize for what transpired just now. Shanela Mohammed will continue from the southern end. Kumgal drove that one back to the, not back to the bowler, to short cover for no run. One got past cover. Then could have taken two there on the relay throw. Misfield, but guess the batters decided that they earn his side of caution and stay on one. Score goes up to 42 for 6. Anna Gumgol on 4. And Nidi Chuka on 1. Chuka is facing up to Mohammed. Tries to Kisto at short extra cover. The
Drop.
drop. Yeah.
That was an easy catch. It was dropped.
Started fall at square leg.
Chuka getting away there.
To that, I guess by Sadafar's body language, he might have been surprised that the ball came her way aerially. Chuka got a life. She goes up to 2. That one kept very low. Gumgol shaped up to play a cut shot. Missed completely. One pushed up the short cover. Skipper Kisto fields, and 16th over has ended. 43 for 6. DC HubGirls U19 girls. Can say Hibiscus players have had the better of the morning so far, and that would be an understatement.
Yeah, but they pride themselves Hibiscus on their fielding, and they'll not be happy with an effort there from Sadafal. Sadafal will want to make up for that now.
Yes, but the ball, there were a few chances, a few run-out opportunities that went a begging early in innings. I mean, not much team have perfect games, but I guess Hibiscus will want to look beyond their mistakes and keep the pressure on the DC HubGirls U19 girls.
Shot on the pad going down behind square. They want a single. It's not there.
Actually, on first view, it looked like the Chuka played at it. Replay will show. Well determined, but no run taken.
Worked away again, down behind square. Can't get a run. I think there's value in bringing back Ramtahal at this point in time. Looking to make further inroads into the lower order.
Or maybe the skipper may want to expose some of our other bowlers to this level of competition. So I guess that may be what the captain is thinking. I mean, yes, there is validity in what you said about bringing back Ramtahal to wrap up the innings. But as I said, the skipper may want to give some of the other bowlers an opportunity to get some more wickets in their name.
This is edge down to third man runs here. They're coming back for 2. The fielders was too slow to react and get the ball back in.
Espinosa did the honors, but throw was wide out of wide. Skipper had to move a bit to collect.
Pat onto that.
Maybe that's why the fielders and the bowler did not appeal to the umpire for a leg before decision.
Victory down behind square.
I must say so far Chuka has gotten a bat a few of the deliveries faced. Can't see the same for some of the top order batters. She's still on 4. This one she allowed to go through to the keeper and has been called a wide. So the scoreboard moves up by 1 to 46 for 6.
Ken, don't get excited. She's not controlling those deliveries when she is bowling from around the wicket. I think she should go back to over the wicket, get the angle into the left-hander. Sorry, into the left-hander and away from the right-hander.
This one resulted in 2 wides. Was a wide call by the umpire, and the batters got a bye as well. There's 2 wides there. Score goes up to 48 for 6. This one authoritatively pulled.
That's the first boundary of the match.
Gets the most authoritative shot played so far in this innings by Anna Gumgol. Was a over the waist full toss, so it will be 5 no balls and a free hit.
So Salafal leaking the runs here. I think they may consider taking her out of the attack.
Or maybe switching her from the northern end to the southern end. That would be the captain's call, but this has been one of the more expensive overs in this inning so far. One push to the gully region for a single. That's the end of the 17th over. The score 54 for 6. Anna Gumgol on 9 and Nidi Chuka on 4. Eleven runs came off this over, including 4 no balls and 3 wides. Seems that the players are taking a bit of a breather in terms of replenishing. Well, all but one of the Hibiscus players. Back here at the Macaulay Park, another no ball. This one by Shanella Mohammed, delivering a no ball. Free hit call.
Well, it's a free hit, so we can't get too excited there.
You know, she played onto stumps.
Mohammed.
Played onto a stumps chuka. See the funny side of it. Some of the players as well. Score is 55 for 6.
Well, how amazing is that? Chuka is bowled twice in 2 deliveries. One was a free hit, and one was a legal delivery. Joel Bailey, your thoughts?
Both deliveries, see, was well pitched up. This time,
She made it into a Yorker.
yeah, Chuka came down the wicket, but
You think she was able to choke her with that delivery?
I think she was choked. Really was. Ended up
7 down.
in 2 minds. Didn't know whether to come down the wicket and drive or prevent the ball from going under her bat. Ended up playing up all over the line, and Mohammed gets her name once again in the wickets column.
She has been very good, Mohammed.
She has now taken 2 for 7. .56 for 7 in the 18th over. And here the crease is Shnahita Churukumali, who made her way to the crease earlier on, but was sent back, was replaced by Lady Chuka.
Bowl!
Yeah,
All over the shop, Mohammed, you beauty. Look at that. Bold. Mohammed zeroing into the stumps there, Bailey.
she played on it. Ball bounced twice and then struck the stumps. So Churukumali just faced 2 deliveries.
8 down now.
2 deliveries didn't trouble the score. So it's 56 for 8. Nishka Rameneni, number 10. Really rough outing this morning here for the DC Hub U19 girls. Most of the batters have struggled to get going here. Car drag ground. Three batters failing to trouble the scores. This one.
And she's gone. Another wicket. So, in 3 deliveries, she has gotten 3 wickets, but yet not a hat-trick, Bailey.
Nope.
Because of the fact that the first one was a free hit.
Yeah.
Chaka was bowled off the free hit and bowled off a legal delivery.
And now Ramaneni, sorry, push one up. In fact, seemed as they were going to Mohammed, but Kisto decided to, as she was closer to the delivery, to push her hands out and take the catch at short cover. Joanna melts up. My apologies. Ramaneni was the number 9 batter. Joanna Chen is number 10. Only one more batter to go. That's Zara Melsop. She will be parted up. She will be just hoping that the pair of Gumgol and Chen can stay as long as possible. Try to see if they can get the score up to at least 100 to give the bowler something to work with.
Oh, on the hat trick, it's pushed away. This is really, really good bowling here.
That's the end of the over. Actually, three wickets to Mohammed in this over, removing Nidichuka, Shnehita Churukumali and Nishka Ramaneni. Three wickets in this over for loss of 2, conceding 2 runs. 56. For 9. It's a no ball. New bowler is Singh. Mariella Singh. First delivery was
here, Joel Bailey.
yes. First delivery was a no ball at the batter. Sorry, got a single off. So go down on the books as 2 no balls. Just one wide outside the off stump and have the signal a wide. So the free hit is still in effect.
Slashed away powerfully.
Only a single taken. Espinosa doing the work from point. Left-handed Gumgol. Only left-handed batter so far in this innings for DC U19.
Gumgol gets a full pitch delivery.
In fact, I wondered how come it wasn't called a no ball because it was over the waist.
I think Gumgol will have to really fire here now. She's the last of the recognized batter, 9 wickets down. She may want to take matters into her own hands.
Yeah, because they want to give the bowler something to work with. Don't think they'll want to go down without a fight. This one pushed up to short cover for no run. This one wide down the leg side. Gumgall shaped up to pull, but didn't get bat onto ball. However, the umpire called a wide. Ball was heading on the leg side. So it's 61 for 9. Singh deciding to go from over the wicket. And another wide call by the umpire.
She's struggling a bit here.
This is the first over. Seems clear that Kisto wants to give as much bowlers exposure as possible.
Well, 9 wickets down, so she wants to give everyone a chance, but Gumgall can't bat. Oh, she missed out there. Wide signal again by the umpire.
Two wides and a no ball so far in this over. In fact, 4 wides and a no ball.
Will this over ever end?
It will, we don't know when.
Well, you're very confident, man.
Singh deciding to go back over the wicket.
You
That-
sure, Joel Bailey? It will
that-
end?
Yeah, there's a beaver trick of wides.
Someone senior in the setup needs to speak with her. Poor Gumgall trying to hit the ball and can't reach it.
One of the onlookers making a point to the bowler. This one pitched at the stumps. Gumgall pushes it up to the covers. Didn't take the chance to get a run. Another wide. One of the spectators here was telling the bowler, don't go for 6, go for 1. I think you should be telling the bowler to go for the stumps. Get everything over and done with. Wow,
Oh,
wow,
now
wow.
it's a no ball. Unbelievable.
And this
Joel
one,
Bailey will
and
be
this
here tomorrow morning.
and this one, from first view, it was over the head of Gumgall.
It's a
She
no
would,
ball.
she would have had to jump to get connection to that one.
You feel it for poor Gumgall. All she wants to do is to play the ball and can't get it.
Should have had to jump as if she was playing badminton or squash.
Finally, a good ball, but it's a no ball. A front foot overstep now. Another free hit coming. I said to you, Joel Bailey, you are a confident man.
Yeah. At least
I told
Gumgall-
you that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, at least Gumgall could say no, she's playing herself in. She's getting the perfect opportunity in this over.
Espinosa, probably the right one to advise Singh.
Twelve-
Singing in her ear.
Yeah, 12 deliveries have been bowled so far in this over. 13,
How many legal?
5, because it's
So she has one to
Leaf,
close
yeah.
off. It's an extra over.
yeah, she has bowled 2 overs plus. And this over here. think the bowler and all have gotten warmed up in this over alone.
Good delivery to end what has been a lengthy marathon over.
Could have eaten my favorite Subway and had a coffee or a drink and some biscuits during that time.
Yes.
Saying I got knocked.
Have you visited Subway around the corner?
I don't know where the nearest Subway is from here.
Not very far. It's in Coover Main Road to be exact.
No problem. I should check them out on my way home.
Which could be soon, the way things are looking here.
Singh conceded 11 runs off this over, and that included 3 no balls, or 4 no balls, because 1 no ball went for a single.
Mohammed is going to look to end this evening. She has been absolutely brilliant. I think she has 3 wickets. She's looking for 4. And she gets it here? No, not out, says the umpire.
The bowler didn't even appeal. Mohammed actually has 4 for 7.
4 for 7, so she's looking for a 5, huh?
Yeah. Bowled 3 overs. I mean, looking at the cricket that have been going on now with the IPL, some may say this may be her last over. I mean, it's a 40 over side affair, so it's a maximum of 8 overs.
Bowled all over the shop, middle stump, rock back, and Mohammed ends with 5.
Yeah, and actually she made it her 4 over. She made her 4 over quota count. Ended up with figures of 5 for 7, as the DC Hub under 19 girls have been dismissed for 67.
So we'll look at that again, Mr. Bailey. Comprehensively and completely bowled. So we are going to take a break. It's
Just quickly before you go, just to give a quick summary of things. Only 2 batters reaching double figures. Anna Gumgol, who was not out on 11, and Aisha Galapati on 10. 4 batters dismissed for naught. Bowling figures: 5 wickets for Shanela Mohammed, 5 for 7. 1 apiece for Shania Kisto, Amrita Ramtahar, Delianis Espinosa, and Kira Superville. As the DC Hub under 19 girls have been dismissed for 67 off 19.2 overs. They didn't even make half their quota of overs.
Yep.
So
it's basically a 2020 now.
yeah, basically a 20 over match.
So we
Well,
take a short break and we will be right back.
Alright, back here at the Cardrax Sports Club, Central Trinidad, California District. Hibiscus about to begin their run chase, pursuit of 68 to win in this 40 over side affair. Tomika Pagu will be at the strikers end, the non-strikers, Amrita Ramtahal. Taking up the attack for DC Hub.
Oh, it's a good first delivery.
That is Nidhi Chukha.
Took her the opening bowler. She bowled from the northern end yesterday, then she switched to the southern end. So she probably prefers the southern end.
Required run rate actually is 1.71.
So it means that if DC Hub is to win this game, they'll have to bowl out hummingbirds.
Yeah, they can't restrict them unless the batters employ a go slow strategy. Either or, that has to be the only two ways that DC Hub under 19 girls will be able to emerge victorious here. So
Good
far,
first over here from Chuka so far. She's getting the ball to swing away from the right-hander.
at a good length, standing up to the crease is the wicketkeeper Acholono.
So Pagu just can't seem to put bat on ball.
It's not yet.
Edge down to third man. Just a single. So
Gets
we
high.
Ram Jahal now to take strike.
That gets Hibiscus run chase going. They are now one without loss. Left-handed Ramtahal, a member of the Trinidad and Tobago women team who won the West Indies Championship in St. Kitts a few weeks ago. Some changes in the field here for the DC Hub under 19 team.
Nice wind coming across the ground just to cool things up a bit.
Especially with this midday heat.
On the leg side, a white signal. Abdal was looking to pounce on that.
Member of the crowd saying that was a good ball. I don't know what he was watching.
It's a nice shot. Pushing it away from short cover.
Ramtal could have taken a single there, but she decided to play it safe. As we end the first over, Hibiscus one without loss in response to DC Hub on the 19 girls score of 67 all out. Just had to make a correction there. It's actually 3 runs for no loss after the first over. 65 leaded off 39 overs. Required run rate down to 1.67. Jordan Hickle Walker.
Walker is the vice captain. Yesterday she bowled from the southern end.
Trying a new mode of attack here. And decisive push by Ramtahal.
So I'm just trying to get accustomed with pace and bounce here, Joel.
But that one bounced on her and she could have easily sent a return catch to the bowler.
Run away, runs here. This is going to the boundary for 4. And the Hibiscus supporters there, you can hear them. It's a good shot there.
She got into the line of the ball and executed a pull/sweep shot. Strangely, there's no fielder behind square on the leg side. Closest is square leg, so any delivery down the leg side will be runs.
Quick single taken. I thought that Park was a bit slow to get to the other end there, Joel.
Guess she didn't think the throw would have come to her end at the striker's end. Ramtahal moves up to 7. As I said, strangely, no fielder being placed behind square. As we see it here now, a short third man, point cover, deeper section cover, mid on, mid off, mid wicket.
Wide here now by Walker.
Yeah, deep mid wicket and a square leg. Walker straight down the leg side. One more run to the total. Score goes up to 10 without loss. Actually 9 without loss. My apology.
Delivery.
9 without loss.
So Walker with a good start here. She will need to take wickets. Struck on the pad. Probably going down the leg side. So Paru's struggling here at the moment.
And of the second over, Hibiscus 9 without loss in pursuit of a victory target of 68. Looks like Chuka will continue from the southern end. Nidi Chuka conceded just 3 runs off a first over, which included a wide. She'll be bowling from over the wicket to the left-handed Ramtahal. Ramtahal pushes that one to cover region. Decided not to take a single.
We into the gap. They take one. That's a fine shot there from Ramtahal. Just going back and pushing it into the gap.
Able to get it to Cooper at extra cover. Cooper is now being sent back to the boundary.
Away by Park, just using the piece of Choka, and they take a quick single. Drive in nicely. That's a beautiful shot. Cooper is here, so there is some coverage.
Struck the stumps, I should say.
Pulled away. Not really getting hold of it there, Pagu.
Got a top edged short fine leg. Able to take a single. Score goes up by 1 to 13 without loss. Pago on 3, Ramtal on 8.
So Walker just not getting it there. Ramtal ready to fire there, so to speak, Joel.
Actually, a replay was a drop catch.
So Ramtal lives to fight another day.
Hinkle Walker did well to get behind the ball, but was unable to hold on. Score goes up by 1 to 14. Okay, no, it remains on 13 without loss at the end of the third over. .55 runs needed of 37 overs. Required run rate has dropped to 1.49. 10 wickets still in hand for Hibiscus.
Pagu middles this one.
Yeah, played a forward defensive shot. A bit flat-footed, but in her book, once no wicket has fallen, she's okay. But once no wicket fell as a consequence.
Driving.
Hinkle Walker will want that tone for her error just now, where she dropped Ramtahal. Ramtahal was on 8. Ramtahal is still on 8.
Short delivery, and I think Pagu should be looking to pull this through mid wicket. She's defending very short deliveries here, Joel.
Unless she might have decided that her role in the batting order would be to take anchor, let Ramtahal do the bulk of the scoring, because that was a delivery that she clearly could have gotten some runs off. This
Pull
one
away
she pulls.
nicely, but I think that should be a no ball. Let's wait and see what the umpire has to say. Take a look at that again.
From my vantage point, it looked like a no ball,
I
but
thought so myself.
unless the umpire thought that the ball was dipping, I would have.
No way that was dipping. So, error there on the part of the square leg umpire.
Standing umpire as well too.
Yep. Well, he would have referred it to the square leg. Decisions like those has to be made by the square leg umpire.
Yeah.
Point away. She should be coming back with 2. Or that should have been 2 there, Joel.
Was ball watching there, Ramtahal could have easily sprinted up for the first run and then jogged the second. That being said, the overs ended 15 without loss. Hibiscus Women Cricket Club chasing a victory target of 68. Just looking in the background there, the father and son combination. Looks like the father will be, seems like he's going to teach his son some kite flying tricks. This time of the year here in the Caribbean, where kite flying is very prominent during the Easter school vacation. But back at the cricket here, Chuka will be bowling her third over. She'll be bowling to Ramtahal. Ramtahal pushes to cover and she gets a single. Really small outfield here, but that being said, Ramtahal deciding to take as much singles as she can, especially with left hand right hand combination.
Did she edge that? Misfield down at third man. Only a single.
I think if the keeper was standing back, she would have had more of a chance to collect it. Guess the reaction time would have been too quick for her. But it was clearly an outside edge.
Short, pulled away. Ramtahal is not going to shy away from playing her shots. That should go into the boundary about now. That's 4. Good shot there by Ramtahal.
Yes, especially as the DC Hub insists that they are not going to use either a long leg or a fine leg.
Well, I saw you made that observation early on.
That was as easy a boundary as you could get.
I'm afraid Chuka doesn't really have the pace to trouble Ramtahal there.
Ramtahar just moved briefly outside of a crease to push that one back to the bowler. Ramtahar goes up to 14. 21 without loss is his score in the 5th over.
Oh, that's a misfield. Should be going back for 2.
Got it to the right of the point fielder. Didn't get her body behind the ball. Ramtahar was able to collect 2 runs there. She goes up to 16. Well defended by the opening batter. As the 5th over comes to an end, 23 without loss, Hibiscus Sports Cricket Club. Jordan Hinkle Walker continues from the northern end. She'll be bowling her 3rd over. Thus far, she has figures of 2 overs, no maidens, not for 8. Driven back to the bowler by Park, who could have taken a single there. According to his saying, him shouldn't run off a misfield, but I think that a more forward thinking Park would have taken the single there, but she remains on 5.
Down the leg side. Runs here still. It's a quick outfield and it's going to go into the boundary now for 4. Some more runs here, Bailey.
5 wides. Finally, have decided to take away one of the mid-wicket fielder, one of the square leg fielders, and use her in the short final leg position. But this one was badly lined by Hinkle Walker. No chance of the short 3rd man fielder that's Nishka Ramaneni could do very little to prevent it from going over the boundary for 4. Well, 4 wide, well, 4 byes and a wide, so it really constitutes as 5 wides. 28 without loss is the score here now.
In the air, bit toppishly.
.40 runs needed to go. Needed for Hibiscus to emerge victorious. Fargo tries to short extra cover. That ball. Pagu was slow on the move. Didn't know whether she wanted to take the single or not. Ramtahar easily made her way across to the single. Still find it very curious, especially with Ramtahar batting, that there's no fielder behind square on the leg side. You have a point, short third man, cover, short cover, and a mid off on the onside, on the offside, on the onside, mid on, a short mid wicket, and a square leg.
Pushed away more runs here. A misfield.
A well driven by Ramtahal. Upright position she got to drive it to mid off, who had a misfield, I should say. Full toss at Pago drives to short cover. 6th over completed, 30 without loss. Required run rate has dropped to 1.11.
Run rate was never an issue here. They needed to bowl these girls out.
Seems to have a bit of discussion here with the umpire. Just taking his notes as to who will be replacing Chuka from the southern end. Bowler in the back of her shirt, Zara. Not seeing any Zara on the team sheet. Don't know if that's a nickname. Anyway, bowl some
It's a good
over the
line, a
wicket.
good length there.
And Ramtahal playing forward. Zara melts up. She didn't bat. Guess she may have been
Flashing, missing.
Yeah, Melsop didn't bat. She was on the team sheet. Okay. This match.
Impact player.
Can't say. I know that's the trend in the IPL for the past couple of years. She'll be trying to see if she
Out
could
the
have
leg side.
yes, trying to see if she could have an impact here.
And that must have touched something, because it was down the leg side. The umpire didn't signal wide.
Unless it touch the right leg of Ramtahal. Didn't look at from here that she got bat onto that. Brutally
Lovely.
pulled over mid wicket.
That's for, listen to the crowd support for the home team. We'll take a look again here, Joel. Too short. Ramdal punished that.
And to put salt to the wound, had been signaled a no ball over the front foot no ball by the umpire, so that will be 5 no balls and a free hit.
Oh, massive hit down the ground. That's 6, is it?
4, few bounces.
4 runs. Ramdahal is ready to cut loose here.
Well, she may be thinking that she has plans for this afternoon. either housework or
Homework.
homework. School has been school's out.
Using her feet nicely, getting closer to that and into the boundary for 4.
She may want to give the DC Hub players some homework in terms of playing with more aggression.
Worked away through the onside. I'm looking at Melsop, Joel Bailey, and I think there is a lot to work with here with Melsop. She's tall, has a nice smooth approach to the crease. Just a little mechanics have to work out. She needs to probably get a little stronger. Let's have a look at her. She's bowling to Pagu now. Look at her run up, and she's pushing forward. The momentum is taking her forward. She's pumping those arms, which is what you want from any fast bowler. You want to maximize the pace.
And he bounce.
Bad back of a length, easy single.
She's getting some bounce here, but Ramtahar is fighting fire with fire. As the 7th over comes to an end. 41 without loss, Hibiscus, Women Cricket Club. 27 more runs required of 33 overs. Required run rate has dropped to 0.82. And to compound Hibiscus misery, let's just say, God forbid, the weather transforms in the blink of an eye and rain falls. The Duckworth lowest turn pass score is 7. And the Hibiscus are 41 without loss. So the odds, you could literally say, are all but stacked against DC Hub. Have to try to see if they could get 10 wickets in less than no time. 27 runs Hibiscus require to complete a dominant win.
So we take a short break while the girls refresh themselves.
Change of bowlers from the northern end. Pago cuts the deep Cuddy region for a single. Nishka Rameneni doing the honors from the northern end. Just as has been the case with Hibiscus, DC Hub using a number of pace bowlers here. One bounce to deepish mid wicket. Ramtaha, she takes a single. .42 without loss. An 8th over. 43. In fact. think this is the first time Parku took off for a single without any hesitation. The way how the game is, you can safely say it's a matter of when and not if victory will be completed by Hibiscus.
Misfield will be coming back for 2. Back to take just 1. No need to risk it.
No. I think the first thing Ramtahal and Park will be looking at ending this innings unbeaten. Yes, you can say you want to give some of the other players a chance to bat, but we target the way it is. I think both will just want to wrap up things as quickly as possible. So wide. Score goes up to 45 without loss. And the 8th over. Pargo drives uppishly to short mid-wicket. Really a one-sided contest here.
Oh, Ramtal wants a single. And there's a direct hit, but she's home. Let's have a look at it again there, Joel.
A bullseye throw by Hinkle Walker. Struck the stump on the full.
It was Parku cutting nicely, but straight to point. Ramtahal didn't see that. She turned and there was a direct hit, but she was back.
Yeah, it was a bullseye throw. On the money. "22 runs required of 32 overs. And the required run rate continues to dip even more. It's now down to 0.69. Hinkle Walker makes her way off the field, perhaps so I take a rag, maybe just a little cool down.
Runs here again.
Ramtahal is not cooling down. She's continuing to motor on. She is up to 29 of 26 deliveries, 47 without loss. Play and a miss by Pagu. Haven't been something we have said too often here in this innings. Pagu on 9 of 25 deliveries.
Pagu, nice shot. There's a single. You can see Pagu is tiring a bit, but she's coming on nicely with the bat.
Took a while before she took off there, but she goes up to double figures. She goes up to 10. 48 without loss.
Without appeal. Not out sees the umpire.
Ramtahal came down the crease, advanced to the bowler, played and missed, and had to get her bat back safely.
Yeah, the girls are tiring a bit. It's very hot out there.
Very hot here as well too, but this time of the year, Easter time here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yep.
Two runs to deep mid wicket to Ramtahal. She goes up to 31. That's the 50 up for the Hibiscus team. 50 without loss after 8.5 overs.
Partnership.
Yeah, and a match winning one as well too. I think you can say now it's all over by the shouting.
Oh, good shot. Good shot. Down the ground. That's 4. Ramtahal is making a mockery of this bowling here now, Joel.
4 and a no ball over step in the front crease. So it will be a free hit. So just adding salt to the wound.
That's away. More runs here into the boundary. That's 4. Ramtahal is on fire here.
Well, there was a small bushfire in the back of the northern end.
Yes.
But Ramtahal is bringing the fire here at the car track
Fire has
ground.
moved, has it?
Yeah. Burning away any iota of hopes for a comeback win for DC Hub. End of the 9th over, 59 without loss. 9 more runs required for victory. 31 overs remaining. 10 wickets in hand. And the required run rate 0.29. Duckworth Lewis' turn pass score is 9. So if anything untoward happens and the match ends now, Hibiscus will be 50 runs ahead of the pass score. Guess now the DC Hub U19 girls will use one of the most familiar phrases in West Indies cricket. They'll have to go back to the drawing board. According to my father, that's a term used by a number of West Indies captains over the past 20 to 30 years, in all 3 formats, I should say.
Well, I agree with you.
Ramanelli. Sounds Italian. That being said, single taken by Pagu. Score goes up to 60 without loss. Pagu on 11. Seeing a photographer on the northern end taking out a couple of pictures, maybe from the DC Hub contingent, or may just be a casual visitor. Play and a miss by Ramtahal.
Touch out there by Ramtahal. She would want to stay the course.
Yeah, play and a miss.
Bring the victory home.
This match so far has combined for 28.4 overs so far. This is a 40 over per side affair. I haven't even had 30 overs combined in this match. Really has been a dominant showing by Hibiscus. Ramtahal drives to mid off. Got an easy single. Ram Tahal goes up to 40. Score is now 61 without loss. Pago pushes that one to cover. So she could have gone for the single, but she decided against it. Really seeing father and son combination behind the bowler's end, taking advantage with a kite. Guess some of the DC players may want to indulge in such activities, seeing that this game is on the brink of concluding. End of the 10th over, 61 without loss. Hibiscus, 7 more runs required of 30 overs. Ten wickets remaining. Joanna Chen has been handed the ball.
It's just a matter of time here. It's Joanna Chen, just like yesterday, she got a ball late in the innings.
I'm taking this opportunity to do some sightseeing, seeing a Mr. riding a bicycle, using one hand on the bicycle and the other hand with his dog chain. He and his dog going up the road. Pretty soon we'll be going up the road.
A man and his dog.
Yeah, pretty soon we'll be going up the road. Shouldn't have long hair again. Now 1 p.m. here in Trinidad. 7 more runs required. 2 fours, especially with the way Ram Tahal has been going. She's facing up to Chen. She may want to finish this match in this over. Taking into consideration I've just been, if I had to be strict, if you take away that over that was bowled by Mariella Singh, which went, she bowled 13 balls in that over, you would have been leaving here already. And she went for either 11 or 12 runs in that solitary over. If minus the runs scored off the, well, the wides and the no balls, you'll have been long gone. That being said, Chen bowled a flighted delivery. Ram Tahal came forward but missed.
So the girls are here in Trinidad to play 7 matches.
An opportunity for them to get to play in different conditions to where they are accustomed to back home.
I'm sure they're going to grow a lot as players. Let's look at that stumping opportunity. Just back in time there, Joel.
Yeah, the delivery was so slow. Ram Tahal was able to get her bat grounded safely and quickly.
7 needed. Well, that's 4 of them.
Yeah.
So just 3 required now.
Back over the bowler's head between mid-on and mid-off. Ram Tahal goes up to 44. if she wants to be selfish, she can look at hitting a 6 to reach her 50. But I guess however the runs come, they will take it.
Well, what she could do in a situation like this is look to get, well, just what, 3 runs required, Joel?
Yeah, 3 more runs required.
You can get a double and then hit a boundary. She's trying. Down to deep mid wicket. She should go back for 2 here. She is going back for 2. Scores are level.
Ram Tahal is on 46. Umpires just checking to see how much more runs required, and you see scores are level. So the owner is on Ram Tahal, she's on 46. Whether she want to get her half century or she'll just take a single.
Driving square. She doesn't take a single. I had 4 written all over it, but the fielder was in position to stop it. Down the ground, it's going. And that's a victory. Ram Tahal, 47 not out. Congratulations to the Hibiscus girls. They have blossomed to victory here, Joel.
Yeah. The umpires took a while to realize that that's the end of the match. So finishing on 68 without loss after 11 overs.
So the girls might have lost this game here, but I tell you something, I'm sure that their cricket has won. They might have lost, but their cricket has won.
Yeah, they could.
They lost by 105 runs yesterday. Today, 10 wickets. Those are smashing defeats, Joel Bailey.
Yeah.
But when you consider where they're coming from and the heat that they're playing in, they want to get the exposure. They're playing against some national players like Ram Tahal. So it's a situation where they can only improve.
I think for their sake, what they should do is, I mean, the technique cannot just change overnight, but I think judging from their batting performances, they should try to be slightly more proactive. You know, yes, they may be unaccustomed to these kind of wickets, but at least try to get some more singles while they are batting. I mean, not every ball they can hit for 4, but they could at least try to work on simple things like rotation of the strike, you know, running singles. Must say the fielding wasn't too bad. Probably just do a couple more work when it comes to field placings, but the fielding wasn't too bad. The bowling wasn't too bad, but it's really hard to defend a total of 67 in any format of cricket, whether it's 50 overs, 40 overs, even T10. It's very hard to defend 67, but
yeah, definitely Kancham Chotu there, the organizer of the tour. So after a quick wrap from Joel Bailey, it has been nice having you on Cricket 360.
yeah, as I said, just some work on the batting. They will have to do some small improvement, as I say, just work on rotating the strike. You know, as I say, you can't become a great player overnight, but they can just do those simple basic things and see how things go in the remaining matches. Just a quick summary here. DC Hub dismissed for 67 off 19.2 overs. Had a top score of 11 not out by Anna Gumgol and 10 from opener Aisha Golapati. Those were the only batters to reach double figures. In fact, there were 30 extras, 18 wides, including in that. 5 wickets went to Shanela Mohammed, 5 for 7. And in response, the Hibiscus opening pair of Amrita Ramtahal and Tumika Pagu. Ramtahal unbeaten on 47 and Pagu on 11. Took just 11 overs to reach 68 for victory. So that ends our stint here, the DC Hub Trinidad Tour. We will keep you updated as to when next they will be in action. Just quickly.
Well, Well, the next go in action, Joel, on Tuesday, and you can join us right here on Cricket 360 for live coverage. Bye for now.
No problem. Have a nice day and God bless.